What would it take to achieve some semblance of peace in the Middle East? The first step would be leadership on both sides of the conflict that were dedicated to and capable of achieving peace. My next guest is a former Israeli prime minister who was the last leader to get close to a two-state solution and probably the last to meaningfully engage with the Palestinian Authority. Ehud Olmert, welcome back to the program.
I'm delighted.
There was an article in the New York Times by a series of very prominent Israelis saying that the Congress of the United States should disinvite Prime Minister Netanyahu from speaking to it because this is not the time or place for him to do so. What do you think of that?
When a group of some of the most prominent Israelis, the greatest fighters in the history of the State of Israel, former Prime Minister Barak was also Chief of Staff, the head of the Israeli intelligence, and Tamir Parto, former Israeli head of Mossad, the guys that dedicated their lives to the security and the well-being of the State of Israel. If they think that disinviting Netanyahu now is in the interest of the State of Israel, it has to be taken very seriously. And I have to say that I subscribe with them. I think that they did the right thing. The only possible outcome of Netanyahu's speech in a joint session of Congress will be to strengthen his political status in the State of Israel against what we all think is the real interest of the State of Israel, which is now to stop the war, to pull out from Gaza, of course, to bring back all the Israeli hostages, and to be prepared to embark on a comprehensive peace process with the Palestinians. Netanyahu is not inclined to do any of these. Therefore, any strengthening of Netanyahu is in complete contradiction to the real interest of the Middle East and the State of Israel. And therefore, I entirely agree with guys that are as loyal to the national interests and security of the State of Israel as anyone.
You say that Bibi Netanyahu will use this address to Congress to strengthen his domestic position at home.
Only purpose.
What is his domestic situation? How fragile is his coalition?
Netanyahu is in decline. He, in all of the last years' polls in Israel, he is losing almost half of his political power, and his coalition is deteriorating, and the opposition is gaining force.
What about the signs on both sides, but particularly on Israel's side, that the IDF may be, the Netanyahu government may be expanding the war in the north with Hezbollah? Do you think that that's a good idea?
No, I think it's a bad idea. Look, if there will be a comprehensive war in the north, it's likely that Lebanon will disappear. There will be a mass destruction. We have the power to do it. However, at the same time, if Hezbollah will use all the powers, and they use all the powers in the event of a comprehensive war, Israel will suffer great pain, greater than we ever suffered in the history of our confrontations with Arab countries. In other words, there is not an interest for Israel, and there is not an interest for Hezbollah to engage in a comprehensive war. We can reach an agreement. It requires wisdom, patience, perseverance, and restraint. Both sides don't possess much of it presently, so it's a problem.
Who would you like to see as the next leader of Israel?
The best person possible, but I don't know his name yet. What we want, I'll tell you something that I truly believe in all my life. The time comes for a person to be in a leadership position. The one thing which is expected perhaps more than anything else is his ability to take a decision that may be in complete contradiction to everything that he was standing for and fighting for and defending for all his life, if this is the right thing at the right time for his nation. I look for someone in Israel in the potential leadership position that will have the courage to come up forward and to say, yes, I know it may not be completely popular at this time, but what we need is a political solution. We need to make peace with the Palestinians. We can fight forever. We can occupy forever, but this will lead us nowhere. What we need to do is peace now, and I'm prepared to fight for it and to accomplish it, and I need the support of the people. I believe that with this kind of courage and leadership and vision, there is a chance to gain a majority. Who will do it? Let's wait and see.
Øولmert, always a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you very much, Freed.